Hey, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Ruchah Kodash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace, love, salutations, and blessings to the house of David, which is the elect. And I just want to touch on this article that I came across earlier today, coming from CNBC, entitled Largest Port on U.S. East Coast, New York, New Jersey, begins prepping for what could be first union strike since 1977. Okay, and this article came out last Thursday, September 19th. Okay, and it was updated the following day, the Friday. All right, and what's interesting about this information is this is very, very major news, right? This is something that could be extremely impactful and extremely devastating to the current status quo and the current normalcy which these Americans have right now. But yet this isn't something that is being spoken about on a mass scale. You got amongst our people, they're more focused on this whole Diddy situation, right, which is nothing but a distraction. Okay, focused on the memes and the rhetoric back and forth between Kamala Harris and President or not president but Donald Trump. Okay, which that's all just political theater. But yet there are actual things happening within the world, geoeconomically, geopolitically, and even things that are happening within America itself that people are just completely oblivious to. All right, and that is why the Lord, spoke about how that day is going to come upon them as a thief, right? And it's going to come upon them in a way to where they're not going to be able to escape it, because really the only one true really way to escape these plagues is by being under the shadow of the wing of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, right? Being knowing the name of the Lord, right? As it says in the book of Psalms. I pull it up real quick. Psalms, the 9th chapter. Let's get that. Psalms chapter 9, verse 9. It says, "The Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, also will be a refuge for the oppressed, a refuge in times of trouble." See? So it's the ones that, and as it says in verse 10, "And they that know thy name will put their trust in thee, for thou, Yahweh, has not forsaken them that seek thee." You see, so in the times of trouble, which the scriptures clearly, tells us over and over again, that the day of the Lord is dark, right? The day of the Lord is terrible. Troublous times are coming, perilous times shall come at the end of this world, the end of this age. So the ones of us that have the understanding to know that, yes, we're at the end of this age and what that comes with, which is trouble, there's no escaping the fact that trouble is coming upon this earth. All right. Even in the book of Second Esdras, the Lord tells us to measure the times diligently in themselves. See, and there's going to be the same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. And the visitation of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai upon this world will be in his wrath, right? Will be in his anger, will be in his sore displeasure. So the only way to escape the wrath is by what? Calling upon the name of the Lord, by trusting in the name of the Lord, by doing the things that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai finds pleasing, so that you can be exempt from the judgment, right? But what the majority of this world, they're just, as it says in the book of Proverbs, the 23rd chapter, I believe. Nope, 22nd. Proverbs 22nd chapter, verse 3. A prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and are punished. Right. And once again, where does this prudent, which the word prudent means wise, right? Where does this wise man hide himself? Well, first, in order to be hid, right? In order to hide yourself, you got to recognize that there is something that you need to, hide from. All right. There is an impending danger that you need to escape from. And in order to recognize that, you got to be what? Wise, because it is through the wisdom of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, which is the beginning of knowledge, that you're able to have foresight. Okay. You're able to have foresight. You're able to understand that the times you're living in was written aforetime to be a terrible time, right? As it says in the book of Daniel, a time like never before. Even Yahweh Shai said that as well. So when you foresee this, which is a gift from the Most High, to be able to foresee evil, let me go into the word foreseeth, right? It's ra'ah, which means to look, to inspect, to consider, right? To observe, consider, give attention to discern, to distinguish. And this is why, starting with the prophets, why we're always looking, and giving attention to prophecy, giving attention to the spiritual details of life. Okay, because we know that when we do look afar off, when we are looking ahead, when we are upon our watchtower, that through the grace and mercy of the Lord, he will allow us to see what is coming. All right. And what is coming is only evil, bad times. All right. And it's not only just to see it, but then to also have the wisdom, have the knowledge and understanding to know how to escape it, how to hide from it. And that comes by way of what? Returning and hiding and believing in Yahweh Bashim Yahushai in those names, right? Because as we read in Psalms, the 9th chapter, the Lord will be a refuge in the times of trouble. But it says, but the simple pass on and are punished, meaning what? Let's get that in a different translation. It says, a prudent person foresees dangers and takes precaution, right? And the precautions that we're taking is once again, given all diligence to make our calling and election short, so that we can be found worthy to escape. It says the simpleton, right? The distracted, the sottish, the stupid, right? The foolish. Okay, the ones that are caught up with the affairs of this world, they're entangled with the affairs of this world, goes blindly on and suffers the consequences, because at the end of the day, the consequences are going to be had, right? You're not going to be able to escape the consequences of your ignorance, right? This world tells you that ignorance is bliss. That's a lie, all right? And even if it is, that's only a temporary bliss. That's only a temporary, state that you're in, because the Most High is adamant about everybody being full of the knowledge of him. Okay. And the ones of us that got the knowledge of the Lord through this grace period, through this time where the Lord has had mercy, where we had liberty, they are the ones that are going to escape it. But the ones that were, use this, as it says in Psalm, 2nd Esdras, the 9th chapter, when they had liberty, they loathed his ways. You're still going to have to deal with the recognition of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. But the way that you're going to recognize the Lord is going to be through your terror, all right, through your calamity, through your distress, through your anguish. That is why it says in Proverbs, when your anguish, or should I say, when your calamity comes upon you as a whirlwind, Proverbs 1 verse, let's go to the point, verse 27, it says, when your fear cometh as desolation and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you, then shall they call upon me. See, that's when you're going to want to recognize the Lord. that's when you're going to want to be, known of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. But it says what? But I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. You see? So now you're just going to have to deal with the consequences of reality at that point. And the reality is going to be what? Devastating, deadly. All right. It's going to be a deadly reality that you're going to be living in. And there's going to be no way for you to escape it. There's going to be no way for you to try to lighten the load, because this is coming from the Heavenly Father, Ba'ashem Yahushua himself. All right. So let's get into this article. I'm not going to read the whole thing, just highlight some key points here. It says, Port of New York, New Jersey executives tell CNBC they have begun preparations for a potential complete work stoppage by the International Longshoremen Association, the largest North American union for maritime workers. The ILA represents more than 85,000 longshoresmen, and a strike would shut down 5 of the 10. Oh, Salakia. Go back here. Will shut down. I'm reading right here. 5 of the 10 busiest ports in North America. A total of 36 ports along the East and Gulf coast. Salakia. Let me see if I can make this a little bigger. Okay. So it says will shut down 5 of the 10 busiest ports of North America, a total of 36 ports along the East and Gulf coasts on October 1st, which is a week away from today. All right. So that will be next Tuesday. Excuse me. Between 43 and 49% of all U.S. imports and billions of dollars in trade monthly are at stake as the union moves closer to the October 1st deadline for a new contract. Cruise operations would continue. Talks with port ownerships broke down over the summer, and it remains unclear how much progress, if any, is being made. The ILA rank and file recently voted unanimously to authorize a strike, and the group, which represents port management, the United States Maritime Alliance, recently stated that it believes the union has already made the decision to strike. Okay, so they already have it in their mind that they're going to strike come October 1st. And if they strike, as you just said, is over 85,000 people, is going to shut down 5 of the 10 busiest ports, which will represent about 36 ports in the Eastern Gulf coast, which represents about almost 50% of all U.S. imports, between 43 and 49. So that is a lot of cargo, a lot of goods and services that is going to be impacted. And once again, as we always say, when you go to your stores, whether it be your Walmarts, your Targets, your Whole Foods, your Starbucks, right, your supermarkets, the products that are in those stores do not magically appear there. There's a whole supply chain system that is involved in order to get those goods on those shelves for the consumer, aka you, to be able to purchase them. And it starts with this right here. Okay, it starts with the importing of these goods and services to the coasts of America, right? And the East Coast, actually, if I'm not mistaken, has the largest port in all of the United States. You can fact check that, but I believe I've seen this back during when the lockdowns happened and they were talking about the ports. I remember hearing them say that the East Coast is the largest ports, has the largest ports of America and the most traffic. Okay. So reading on, it says,